got to make this happen for yourself.
Congratulations on the new series, Game Changers. It's super fun. And I'm just curious, how did you get involved with this? Did you seek this out, or did Steve reach out to you first?
We have only Steve Brill to blame for all of this. And I say that affectionately. Steve and I had been talking about this, the possibility of rebooting this for a couple of years. And, I've spent the last 25 years sort of, I like to say, in the wilderness of independent filmmaking. In fact, I exited mainstream films the year that we shot Mighty Ducks 3. And so after that, I sort of went off grid and started doing very personal, very independent movies that, not a whole lot of people saw. So it started to make sense that since I used Ducks 3 as an exit vehicle, I would use the Mighty Ducks Game Changers as a re-entry vehicle to re-engage with more mainstream fare.
I've spent my entire life chasing hockey, and I have absolutely nothing to show for it.
Great that you mentioned D3, the Mighty Ducks, because at the end of that movie, we're seeing Gordon walk away, all happy. They won the game, and it seemed like he was going to take the job at Junior Goodwill Games. So in this series, he doesn't seem so happy. So what happened?
He's a little sad. He's a little broken. He's a little beat up by life.
I'm guessing you didn't see the sign? I hate hockey, and I don't like kids.
You run an ice rink.
Weird, huh?
We tell the story that he's inherited the ice rink from Jan, but along with that inheritance came a ton of bills and a very mismanaged piece of real estate that has basically broken Bombay financially. And this opportunity comes through his door in the form of Lauren Graham saying, I need a place where my new team can practice. And it breathes new life into him, and it revitalizes his soul. Which we have an opportunity to see over the course of the 10-episode series.
With his life in that state, I'm guessing his love life also is not very active at the moment?
Zero. No, there's no love interest. There's no ex-wives. There's no kids. He's been off the grid. In not dissimilarly to the way that I've been kind of off the grid for the last 25 years.
One of the most, I think, important relationships of the Mighty Ducks franchise was Gordon Bombay and Charlie. But now we have Evan sort of taking the lead and taking over the franchise. So how would you describe Evan's relationship with Gordon Bombay, and how does that compare to him and Charlie?
The similarities is he's a kid who's being raised by a single mom. And that was the character of Charlie, his dilemma as well, that Bombay he filled that father figure in his life that was absent. And there's a lot of that that we examine in this film as well. Although in the series, Alex, played by Lauren, is really way more present and way more involved because she, in fact, takes on the job of coaching the team.
Yeah, and we're used to seeing Bombay be the coach and be the one in charge. So how's that dynamic going to work with Alex, who's now stepping in as coach?
Well, I'm the assistant coach, see. I start as the assistant coach, and without giving away any spoilers, Bombay is forced to step up towards the end of the series.
Are we going to see Bombay lace up again and maybe take the ice, just kind of relive the days?
The most difficult thing about committing to the films in the first place was I'd never skated. I didn't learn how to ice skate until I was 30 years old. And of course, I told the director and the producers that I've been skating my whole life. So after that initial meeting, I got in the car and I found, out here in California, it's pretty rare to find ice time. There are fewer ice rinks here now than there were at that time. So I found an ice rink. I walked in, I found a figure skater trainer, and I said, I need 3 weeks for you to train me so that when I go to skating camp in Minnesota for the first Ducks, the kids won't make fun of me. So we spent 3 weeks just trying to get me not to fall. So yes, we're going to see Bombay lace up. But even at my age, I hadn't skated since we wrapped. And in fact, I had those old skates sitting around for a while, and I thought, I'm never going to put these on again. So I auctioned them off years ago. And,
oh, wow. And now you need them. But
now I need them because, anybody who skated knows that it's so hard to break in a pair of skates. I had some serious lace bite When we went back on the show, my ankles, my heels were just in such pain every day getting those skates on and off.
And this is a very serious question, but will there be quacking in this series?
Of course there will be. Of course. How could you have a duck show without quacking? Of course there will be quacking. Quacking will be had.
I think people are really excited for the series, but also to see potential Mighty Duck cameos. I know you can't say anything about that, but who would you like to see pop up in the series?
The door is always open for any of the original Ducks, the ODs, to come and join us. You know, obviously we'd like to have Josh and Keenan come back and join us in subsequent seasons, but we'll see. I mean, again, it's I'm an executive producer, but I'm not a writer on the show. If it were up to me, I'd write them all in, and we'd see them all come back. But we'll see.
And finally, this is a continuation of the franchise, and people are really excited. So what can you tease about what fans, both old and new, can expect in the series to come?
Well, I think what fans can expect is that, first of all, there will be hockey. There will be kids. They will be underdogs. And will they win the championship or not? That remains to be seen, as it always does with the franchise.